Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday's lesson. This one is I Can Explore as a Writer, and it's leading on from your work from yesterday where you explored the biography of Martin Luther King as a reader, thinking about how it made you feel and answering questions about the content. Now we're exploring as a writer. That means we're looking at the structure of the text, what features we find in a biographical piece of writing. Now, today we're going to be rereading the biography on Martin Luther King Jr. So if you've got that to hand, have it ready in front of you. We're going to be exploring the text as a writer. We're going to be looking again at the keys to success, and I put that we're going to be revisiting the keys to success because the week before last, that's when you generated the keys to success, all those different features of a biography, and you're going to be having a think about who your biography will be about. So here is the biography again. You can have it on screen and keep it on screen, that is fine. If you're going to be using it on screen, I suggest you, once you've listened to the video, perhaps go through the video and then maybe look at the actual PowerPoint on the Google Drive. That will make it a little bit easier. Or if you want to print it off, that might be better if you've got access to a printer. But if you haven't, that's fine. You can access it all online anyway, or everything will be uploaded. Okay then, so just a quick reminder of the keys to success, which are the features we would find in a biography. So you would have heading and subheadings, an interesting statement or a question to hook the reader. This could be a subheading too, or it could be a little short sentence, something to make people want to carry on reading. An introduction to summarise the main events or the main things about the person. Key events in chronological order, so you wouldn't talk about when they died first unless it was a hook for the interest, to get the reader in. All the events of the person's life would be in chronological order, chronological date order. There'll be a conclusion and a quote from the person as well. The language features you might find are verbs in the past tense. It is written in the third person. That means you're using pronouns such as he, she, he did this. It's not I did that. It's always talking about somebody else. Time adverbials in there and different feelings about events in their lives. So in the shared area, you will find a feature finder. If you can't find that, don't worry, you can pause the video and you can use the one you've got on screen right now and you can just write things down instead. That is no problem, okay? What I've done is it's just a little chart where I've put in all the features, those physical features, not the language features, that's something you can think about afterwards, just those physical features of a biography. And then what I want you to do is find the examples of those in the text. If you wanted to, if you printed out the biography yesterday, you can cut it up now and you can stick it into these different areas. So for example, you might want to cut out all the headings and subheadings and stick them into the box here. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to just write it in yourself, that is okay. If you want to just discuss it and just highlight it on the sheet, that is fine as well. The main thing I want to get out of this lesson is that you are aware of all those different features that I want to make sure you include in a biography. The main one I want you to think about is these key events in chronological order, because when we do the plan of the writing, when you do your plan, the key events can sometimes be perhaps the more confusing one, because that's the main part of the text, okay, when you do your writing. So see if you can find those key events in chronological order. Okay, so you can pause the video now or you can carry on to the end, and that's fine, and do it afterwards. I am going to be showing you the answers now of what the kind of things I'll be looking for in your work. So heading and subheading, I've just chosen two examples here. It's in my text, it is all things that are underlined on there. A hook for the reader. I thought it was quite interesting that he became a civil rights leader, because I wanted to find out what a civil rights leader meant. I wanted to know why he became a civil rights leader and so on, and why he dedicated his life to creating fairness for people of all races. The introduction on there was all about about him, who he was, where he was born, when he was born, his parents as well. The key events in chronological order, that was a really important thing, that when you're writing a biography, it's very important it's in chronological order. So in the biography, it said King's date of birth, what happened to him as a child, and what happened to him as a child was very important because that was what spurred him on to become an activist when he was a man. Writing about the laws that existed then in America that King wanted to challenge, how he achieved challenging those, when and how he died, and his legacy after his death. Now, legacy is what happened and how he's remembered after he has died, what changes he made that affected the world we live in today. The conclusion. So, how was Martin Luther King remembered? He was remembered because they have a day every single year called Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and that's on the 3rd of January every single year. And the quote from Martin Luther King Jr., that was the one that was in the little speech bubble on there, which was the I have a dream quote. You might have spotted some language features in there as well. If not, have a little read through and see if you can find any of these. Any verbs in the past tense, anything written in the third person, time adverbials, and feelings about events in their lives. Okay, so we've dissected the biography all about Martin Luther King Jr. and we have reminded ourselves of all those features we would find in a biography. Tomorrow, what you're going to be doing is making your choice of who you want to research and write your biography about. It has got to be a notable black person who has made a difference to racial equality. They are the people we want you to research and write about. And that is because our whole week this week is dedicated to Black history. So that is why we are focusing on these people. You might want to have a look, as I've mentioned yesterday as well, that on the shared drive, on the topic area that you all have access to, there is information about lots and lots of people on there, such as Rosa Parks, Mary Seacole, Nelson Mandela, Diane Abbott and Ruby Bridges. You might want to write your biography about those people. So if you want to start reading up on them now, you can do. You haven't got to choose anybody that you want to write about it today, but if you want to read about all of those and then perhaps think about, oh, who do I find the most interesting? Because it's easier to write a biography about somebody you find particularly interesting. Okay, then that's it for today. I will speak to you tomorrow. Goodbye.